Peace. What's going on, everybody? Give everybody a chance to tune on in before we start building on the subject matter for the day. Hopefully, everybody is having a powerful Tuesday thus far. Got some important information we would like to build on today, man. So I'm going to give everybody a chance to tune on in and tap in before I start diving into the subject matter, man. How everybody living? How everybody holding up? What's the word? Y'all talk to me before I start talking to y'all. Y'all know how it go. Talk to me, y'all. How y'all living? Lachelle, Peach Queen, what's going on? How you living? How you feeling? Magic Realms, peace. What's happening? What's happening with you, my brother? How you holding up? What's the word, man? How everybody feeling? Let me know the word for the day, man. How everybody feeling? How everybody living, man? TZ, peace. What's going on with you, my brother? Miami Soldier, peace. What's going on? Lachelle, there we go. We like to keep that energy rolling. And TZ for sure, man. I'm about to break that down because for the most part, we're not even really hungry. So it's not really even hunger that we are trying to alleviate. So for the most part, we just misinterpreting the actual signal, you know. So I'm gonna build on that though. I'm gonna build on that. It's one of the main reasons why a lot of people don't do well when it comes to fasting and things of that nature. A lot of people feel like they can't go without that food, and I just want to chop it up. I want to chop it up in regards to the science of hunger. I think that's one of the most misinterpreted signs or signals to this day, man, because again, a lot of people walking around talking about they hungry when in reality it's just an appetite. Appetite meaning I can eat, but I don't necessarily need to eat. That's really what it is, man. But for the most part, we're not really hungry, man. It's programming, it's conditioning. If y'all know the science behind Pavlov's, what is it? Pavlov's? Can't even say the name right. But if y'all know the science behind those dogs, then this is what we're talking about. Savine, peace. Montel, peace. What's happening? Righteous Reese, peace. Nick, peace. Everything is good, man. Everything is smooth, man. Appreciate you tapping into the replays. Now you're here live in the flesh. Hey, Magic, I know about that suppressed anger, man. You know, let it out. That's the best thing to do. Definitely have dealt with a lot of suppressed anger, man. You got to let it out. Got to, you know what I'm saying? Best thing I do, man, get to working out, man. Get the shadow boxing, you know, punch a heavy bag or something. Let it out. Write, journal, something. Let that suppressed anger out. Unleash it. Unleash it. Unleash it, man. But we gonna build though, man. Like hunger is one thing that we gotta understand. Like we gotta master. We gotta control that appetite because at the end of the day, that's what it is. It's the appetite. It's the appetite. We got to get that under control. We got to get the appetite under control because the appetite is what's killing us. It's not hunger. It's the appetite. We what's it called? Gluttony, man. So it's gluttonous, man. We just out here. We greedy with it. And we try to disguise that greed and call it hunger. It's not hunger. You're not hungry. I done said this a million times. If you just consume some food 6-7 hours ago, it's impossible for you to be hungry. If you just consume some food 4 or 5 hours ago, it's impossible for you to be hungry. And if you consume some food 12 hours ago, it's impossible for you to be hungry. We rarely, if ever, reach starvation mode. You would know, like you would actually know when the body is hungry. And you're not going to get that signal from the stomach, the throat and the mouth. When you start feeling it in the throat and the mouth, that's when you are actually hungry. See, we start hearing the stomach growl and we think that that is associated with true hunger. It's not. You're not getting a true hunger signal from the stomach. It's not where you get, that's not where you get it from. Again, throat, the mouth. So you're going to know when you are actually hungry. You're going to know when you are truly hungry when you start feeling it in the throat and the mouth. That stomach growling, that's not hunger. You misinterpreted the sign, the signal. It's not hunger at all. It's not hunger at all. Matter of fact, your body got to reach a certain body fat percentage before you literally hit starvation mode. And that's different for every individual. So a lot of people don't understand that. Like I'm probably going to tap into my starvation mode a lot faster than somebody that has more body fat than me, somebody that's bigger than me. You know, that's why they don't necessarily recommend a lot of people that are, because you can be underweight too. So a lot of people that are rather skinny or smaller, they don't suggest that they do a lot of prolonged fasting for that purpose, man, because you're gonna tap into that, like you're gonna tap into your muscle. You're gonna start eating that, you're gonna start eating that muscle away, man. You're gonna tap into that muscle, you're gonna start burning that muscle, and you don't want to do that. You want to burn through that body fat, man. So when that body fat gets underneath about 3%, then you start to tap into that muscle. So you are, you know what I'm saying? You underweight. So it all just depends on the size of the person in regards to them reaching that starvation mode. So a person that's a lot bigger than me, they could probably fast, they should fast a lot longer than me, you know, because you got way more body fat, man. You may be at 40 or 50%. It's going to take a minute before you get to about under 3%. You know what I'm saying? So you're able to fast a lot longer than a smaller person that might have about, like I got 12%, like 12 or 11% body fat. Like obviously I don't need to fast for the length of time that a person that's at 40 to 50% body fat would need to fast. You know, I don't have a lot of weight. I don't have a lot of body fat to shed. So fasting would necessarily be what I need to do in regards to like long 24-hour fast, like prolonged fast. And then it also depends on the conditions that one is facing. So we got to understand these things, man. Fasting can be a lifesaver, but then fasting it can also be dangerous. So you want to make sure you do the knowledge to your body and you do the knowledge to fasting before you try to do a prolonged fast. Fasting for like, you know what I'm saying, a day or two, harmless, and probably about up to 3 days. When you start going beyond 3 days, then it could get a little interesting, man. So you really want to make sure before you start fasting that you thoroughly do the knowledge to it, man. You research it and you research your body to see if this prolonged fast is safe for my body type. Because for the most part, man, when it comes to fasting, you don't typically need to go beyond 3 days at a time. It's really kind of unnecessary. It's more so you proving something to yourself, you know, when you start fasting for longer than 3 days. I mean, you can do it, but it's not necessary, man. You want to make fasting a part of your lifestyle. So if you do a 48-hour fast this week and you do one next week, like that's the way you break it up. You don't necessarily have to be trying to fast for 7 days, 10 days, 14 days. It's kind of unnecessary, man. Just break up the fast. Say I'm fast 2 days this week, 2 days next week, and so on and so forth, and make it a part of your lifestyle. That's the way you do it. Original one was happening. Tavon, I see you say you got that part 2 of the workout. Let's get it. I got me a nice workout in earlier for sure. Ms. Donnie, you say could one do a colon cleanse and fast in the same week? I would say when it comes to something like that, I would just say focus on the cleanse. I would say just focus on that cleanse, man. Get that, just focus on the cleanse. Like eat light and clean leading up to the cleanse, and then just focus on the cleanse. I would say that's doing too much to the system. You don't need to do the cleanse and fast in the same week. Wouldn't necessarily recommend it. Not saying that it's harmful, but I would just focus on one at a time. So just focus on doing the colon cleanse first. Then you can fast that next week. You know what I'm saying? We don't need to be in a rush to fast. Then, you know, cleansing the colon is very important. You might cleanse the colon by fasting too. You know, so that's something to think about too. If you just do a 24-hour fast or 48, 72-hour fast, man, that colon might be cleansed doing that as well. Might be impacted from the fast. But I wouldn't do both though. Just focus on one, then boom, keep it pushing. You do the colon cleanse and it work out for you. Then the next week you hit you a little 24-hour fast. Yeah, Tavon, back in the day, man, I did like 7 days, but you know what I'm saying? It was unnecessary. I ain't need to do it because, again, I ain't really got a severe amount of weight that I'm striving to lose, man. I just did it just to prove to myself that I could do it. More so like a, you know, discipline challenge. You know, just to instill the discipline and say I don't have to eat food for 7 days. Like I just wanted to show and prove that to myself, and I demonstrated that reality to myself. So that's the only reason that I really did that. It was not really that necessary, man. But I present fasting to a lot of people. And the reason why I made this stream and I'm making this stream is because, man, we have got to eliminate hunger. Like the word hungry. We have got to literally Eliminate that from our vocab, man. We tend to say that we hungry and we really not. So we got to stop doing that, man. We got to stop being afraid to fast. Like 24 hours is nothing. Like if you don't think you can go 24 hours without food, then that's proven that it's an addiction. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm telling you, like if you excess weight, man, and I'm telling you one of the easiest ways to get rid of that excess weight is to fast for 24 hours at a time. Just pick one day out of the week, your lightest day of the week, and you go 24 hours that day. And you just do that once a week. I'm telling you, you will see the weight, you will see the weight drop. If that's like the only thing that you change, if you just start doing that one day out of the week, 24 hours, and not even only for the people that's striving to lose weight, man, that will help you kind of tone up, lean out, preserve the muscle mass, and it'll just help with the mental clarity. It'll help develop discipline and things of that nature. But every time I present the 24-hour fast to somebody, man, they start freaking out, saying, I can't go that long without food. You can go that long without food. You just do not want to. You just do not want to. And Tavon, I recommend 24, you know, because it get a little sketchy when you start doing the 16. Just go to full 24, knock out 24 hours and you moving and you rolling. You don't want to leave anything up to chance. 24 hours is light work. When you start trying to do the 16, you start doing things like eating at the wrong time. So just go to full 24. It's easier to track 24. You know what I'm saying? If your last meal was at 5 o'clock, 24 hours is 5 o'clock the next day. So it's easier to track that. That's one of the reasons why I say 24. Then 24, 19.5 is what they try to recommend for people to do. But man, like I said, it gets rough for people trying to do that. Full 24 hours, man, that's easier to measure. It's easier to keep track of that 24. It's easier to keep track of that full 24. That's why I throw that out there for people. And I recommend doing the full 24, man. It's a day. You know what I'm saying? You just take it 24 hours as an entire day and you fasting for that entire day. It's easier to keep up with that, man. When you start trying to have people do math, it gets complicated for a lot of people, man, because a lot of people are unorganized. So a lot of people don't operate on that type of schedule to where they can easily set that 5-hour window, that 4-hour window. It don't really work out like that, man. People don't lack the discipline. So you got to give them 24 hours. You got to tell them, look, last meal at 3 o'clock, then you come back. The next day, you could break it at 3 o'clock. Yeah, Magic. It's not even thirst too. You know what I'm saying? We need the water, but really what's happening? The thing that's happening the most when it comes to hunger that a lot of people not realizing is it's just programming. Like it's not even that you battling thirst, like none of that is programming. Like we are programmed to wake up in the morning. What is the first thing that we program to think about? Breakfast. So just the mere thought of it can send off the hunger signals. So a lot of it is programming. Like when you get off from your job, when you get off from work and you go home, that may be a time that you eat. So just the mere fact of you getting off from work, it sends off the hunger signals because you have associated I'm off from work with it's time to eat. So just that association is going to send off the hunger signals, just like the dogs that I mentioned. They train the dogs to where, boom, when that bell rang and they saw them white coats, they started salivating at the mouth, man. They was hungry just off of the sight of the white coats. And then that bell, like the bell going off, boom, they hear the bell ding and they see the white coats. It's like it's time to eat. So for the most part, that's how we wired here. So we fighting programming. Man. It's certain things in America that we associate with it's time to eat. It might even be, you got to find out what your trigger is. It might be the television. Like when you get around the television, then you feel like you got to eat something. Like that's a trigger and it's sending off the signal. Every time that television is on, the signal goes off. Hey, television is on, grab a snack. We might even associate that with boredom. Some people eat out of boredom. So it's like when you bored, there go the signals. The signals coming off. All right, you bored, grab something to eat. That's why a lot of people snack uncontrollably because they have associated boredom with time to eat. And every time they bored, man, it's like there go the signal. It's like you bored. One thing you like to do when you bored is eat. So there you go. You're going to get the little signals, man. Your stomach going to start growling. You're going to think that it's time to eat. You misinterpreting what it really is. So a lot of times that's really what we facing. We facing the programming. We facing the programming. A nice piece. What's happening, Ronnie? You say, what if I'm skinny? I need to eat. Oh, for sure. No, you can eat. Yeah, you can. You can definitely eat. But even if you like incorporate fasting like that, if you fast for 24 hours, it's not really going. You know what I'm saying? Like when you skinny, man, it's not really going to impact you like that. But if you if you trying to build muscle, trying to build the mass, trying to bulk up, then you don't really necessarily need to fast. I wouldn't even recommend it for the time being, man. Just make sure you eating clean and things of that nature. You better off doing something like, you know what I'm saying, smoothies or something for the day, you know, just to, you know, cleanse the internal system, because we tend to neglect it. So if you're really worried about getting a little too skinny, then I wouldn't necessarily recommend going to 24 hours with, you know what I'm saying, just water. Focus on something like the smoothies and, you know, juice, or, you know what I'm saying, do like a raw food day and just make sure you're getting your calories in and things of that nature. So I wouldn't necessarily even suggest it. Like I said, you can be underweight. So it's people that's real skinny, you know what I'm saying, that don't have that much body fat. They really don't recommend they fast for like extended periods. You know, like a day here and there, like once a month or something, won't necessarily do you any harm. You know, but the people that need to shed that excess weight, man, I recommend making fasting a part of your regimen and lifestyle. And then if you skinny, not even if you're skinny, but if you're facing an ailment, man, if you have any ailment, any disease, any chronic disease that you fighting, then fasting is something that you need to look into, man, because it's a lot of chronic conditions that have been reversed with just fasting alone. So like I said, it depends on the makeup of the person. It depends on the weight of the person. It depends on what type of condition they striving to reverse. Like all those factor in regards to should one fast or not. But I'm just speaking on the people that are interested in shedding the excess weight, and they looking for a method to do it, and they are afraid of fasting because they think they gonna be too hungry and they gonna need to eat. Like that's not true. That's not what you when your stomach is growling after 10 hours have passed from your last meal, you're not hungry. It's not hunger. It's really literally not. So we gotta break that. Leo, peace. What's happening? What's happening? Like we gotta break that. Hey, Akuma, yeah, definitely makes you sick. KFC is poison. Righteous Reese, man, based off of my studies, man, like the body is all wise and intelligent, so it can adapt and adjust, you know. But I would recommend the afternoon. I was doing the knowledge to the like the fruit of Islam, the FOI, back in the day when they was rolling with Elijah, and you know he popularized the 1 meal a day, which what they call now intermittent fasting. And he said they would eat until after 5 p.m. You know, they ate 1 meal a day, and they ate they 1 meal in the evening. And it's again, it revolves around one schedule. Like some people so doggone busy, man, they gotta eat late. And he said, you know, they had a crazy schedule, so they would eat after 5. So they pretty much probably eating a 1 meal at about 5:30 or 6 o'clock. So the body is all wise and intelligent. So you can pick whatever, you know what I'm saying, whatever hour. Like some cultures say breakfast, like eating in the morning is the best time to eat. Some other cultures say afternoon. But a lot of people, most cultures agree that you shouldn't really eat heavy in the evening time. So I'll probably recommend the afternoon. And that 1 meal a day, like if you really want to be about that life, that 1 meal a day strategy could work for you if it's a, you know, a well-balanced meal, you know what I'm saying? So eating every 24 hours, like it's a lot of benefits to it if you're making sure you eating a well-balanced meal and eating what you need to eat, because the healthier that you get, the less you actually need to eat. So when you start to cleanse yourself, then you're going to find that you need less meals anyway. So you might end up indirectly following the 1 meal a day plan, the healthier that you become, you know what I'm saying? Because you're going to find yourself like that hunger signal that we talking about, it's going to decrease. Like you're going to feel it less and less. You're going to be like, man, I don't really have an appetite. That's when you're going to start using that word. I don't really have an appetite. That's the correct word. And you're going to start utilizing it. And, you know, Elijah Muhammad, them like, yeah, a lot of them ate meat and things of that nature, but they main dish, you know, that 1 meal that they would eat, a lot of it revolved around fruits and veggies, man. So A lot of people don't be understanding that too. So when you eat well balanced, man, and you getting you a lot of, you know, fruits and veggies in, man, you'll be good to roll. You know, with a, and he was fooling with navy beans, man. You know what I'm saying? Some lentils, some navy beans, some greens, man. Make sure you get some fruits like 30 minutes in before you actually consume the meal, so you get a fruits a chance to run the course. And then you got your greens, you got whatever bean of choice, like lentils or whatever the case, some sweet potatoes, things of that nature, man. Just something that's well balanced. You know, so that one meal a day, depending on the person, man, it can work wonders for you. But if you have to choose a time for that one meal, I would recommend the afternoon if you are able to eat around that time, if your schedule permits. $12.28, peace. What's happening? Original one, put that to use. Use that joint. DJ Elmo, what's going on with you, man? Everything is peaceful my way. Savon, for sure, man. You gotta love the body. Loving the body is loving self. Sweet Tea, peace, Queen. What's happening? JF, peace. What's going on? Airview, peace. What's going on? What's the word, man? What's the science, man? And Craig, for sure. And that's pretty much when you think you hungry, that's something that the body is craving as well, man. It's just water. Like I said, we can go a lot longer without food than we can without water. And for the most part, we can go we can go without water longer than we can go without air. So that's why you have what they call the breatharians out here, man. They deal with air, they deal with oxygen. They say, man, see how long you can survive without oxygen, without air and stuff like that, you know. So that's their whole theory, man. I ain't getting that deep off in the trenches, man. But you had those cats out here, the breatharians and whatnot. But you know, yeah, you can go a minute without food, man, but you can't go that long without water, man. You need that water. So for the most part, man, that's what I try to tell people to do to curb the hunger, man. But again, a lot of it is programming. It ain't really that simple for most people. Most people can't hear the stomach growl, feel the stomach growl, and then drink water and be good, because it's mental. You know what I'm saying? In their mind, they need something to eat. So it's common sense. It makes sense when you tell people like, man, I just drank the water, keep it rolling. But it ain't really that simple, man, depending on the person, man, because it's mental, man. Like I said, it's an addiction. We battling an addiction when it comes to food, man. So people like, man, this water ain't food, though. I feel like I need something to eat. And that's why they go gravitate towards the food. So the water don't necessarily fulfill a lot of people because it's mental. You know what I'm saying? When you able to conquer the mental, then that water gonna do what you need it to do. It's going to fulfill you. But if in your mind the water ain't enough, then again the signal is gonna go back off, because you done told yourself this water ain't food, this water ain't enough, this water ain't fulfilling me. It's almost like placebo at that particular point, man. So we got to understand the damage that we are doing to the mind when we start saying things like that. You know, we got to understand what's really cracking. Kyle, peace, what's happening? Original one, for sure. Get them fruits in, man. Get them fruits in. Then another thing I want to build on too. So another thing I want to build on this, man, because I feel like this is important. And it's semi-associated with hunger, but not totally. But this is one thing I want to build on, man. When you start transitioning to the healthier lifestyle, I try to warn people about this all the time, and they still misinterpret what's happening. A lot of times what happens is when you are striving to transition to the healthier lifestyle, you detoxing, you cleansing. The dude that kind of popularized the mucusless diet, man, he had like a whole equation and formula for it. But one of the things that was like one word that was a part of the formula was like, oh, obstruction. And y'all know what obstruction is, man. That's basically the toxins being removed, being released from the body. That's what the obstruction is. Anything that's impeding the vitality, the energy, the natural flow, we consider that obstruction. So one thing that he was saying, when you detox and you cleanse yourself and you kind of do it drastically, like kind of out of the blue, and you don't kind of work your way into it, then what happens is like the toxins leave the bloodstream rather quickly. So you're going to have a moment to where you feel good. So when you initially start the detox, it's like, yeah, I feel good. This is where it's at, like initially, because the obstruction, like the toxins are leaving the bloodstream, they doing it rapidly. So you gonna have your period where you feeling good, like man, like the first day you like, all right, cool, we rolling, we good. Then next thing you know, man, that effect might wear off. Then you start to feel weak. You start to get headaches, nervousness, bad dreams. Whatever it is that hits you is going to hit you once that effect wears off. So what happens is when people start to get weak, when they start to get nauseous, fatigue, when that nervousness settles in, this is where people misinterpret what's happening. This is when they do it. This is when they think, oh, this is when I need to eat something, or this is when I need to reintroduce the meat back in my diet because, man, this fasting or this clean eating and made me sick. It then made me weak. That is literally not what's happening. Like initially, your first round of toxins left the bloodstream, and then it's going to be another round that's going to hit you. And when that second round hits you, we talking about the medicine that you take, that you have taken 10 years ago. We talking about all the toxins that's deep down in your tissues. So initially, the obstruction, the toxins that leave, like these are the toxins that right up on the surface. Like the body ain't got to work too hard to release these toxins. These are those toxins. So the body gonna initially release those, then give it a few days, then the body gonna tap into the toxins that are suppressed, that been buried deep within the tissues. Once those toxins hit the bloodstream, that's when you're gonna feel terrible. Because like I said, we talking about them pills you took 10 years ago that's been suppressed deep down in the tissues, like things like that. That's when that's gonna hit the bloodstream. So that's when you're gonna start feeling terrible. You're gonna feel trash. And a lot of people misinterpret that. They think the reason why they feeling trash is because they eating fruits and vegetables, they eating clean, or they fasting. So then that's when they say, okay, I don't feel so good, I feel weak, I feel nauseous, I feel lightheaded. Then they say, you know what, I probably need to eat, or I probably need to eat some meat. I need to reintroduce this dairy back in my lifestyle. No, that's not what's happening. And then what's going to happen too is predictable. So when you're feeling like this, when that second round of toxins leaves the body, and this the most dangerous round of toxins. This is why when you fasting, man, you got to do this under supervision, or you got to do the knowledge too, because that second round of toxins, depending on how toxic you are. So if you was taking a lot of meds, a lot of pills and stuff back in the day, like that second round of toxins being released is going to do some damage to you. So once it happens and you start feeling like that, you feeling weak, you feeling nauseous, and then you reintroduce the toxic foods back into the system, what's going to happen is you're going to feel good for a brief period of time. So then when you feel good, like when you feel better, when you feel like, man, I ate the food, I ate the meat again, now my headache is gone. You're going to associate the eating of the consumption of the meat with the headache leaving. And that's really not what it is. That's not what's happening, man. That's not what's happening, man. It's the same way when you have a headache and you take the pain pill and it temporarily alleviates or relieves the headache. The same thing when you feeling nauseous, fatigue from fasting and cleansing, and then you reintroduce the toxic foods back into the system. It's like withdrawal symptoms. You know, when you reintroduce the meat back into the system, you're going to feel good. Now you associate the feeling of good with the consumption of the meat. And you say, when I was eating clean, when I was detoxing, when I went vegan, it didn't work. See, you hear a lot of people say, man, I tried to go vegan, I tried to go vegetarian, but it did not work. See, they probably went through the same cycle that I just expressed. We got to understand what's going on, man. Your body is cleansing itself. So you're going to have a period where you feel worse before you feel better. I'm talking about you're going to feel like you might feel like you're about to die, depending on how toxic you are. So that's why I say fasting, you really got to do the knowledge to it, man. You really got to do the knowledge to it. Some people got to fast under supervision because it can get dangerous depending on the type of person that we're talking about. So if you got a person, if you're dealing with a person that they was on a lot of meds, a lot of medication, you got to watch that person when it comes to fasting. You got to ease them into a detox and cleanse, man. You got to ease them into it, man. You can't just have them fast for a long period of time to try to reverse the condition. Because, man, when that second batch hits them, man, and all them meds hit the bloodstream, man, that could take them out. That could literally kill a person. So you gotta watch how you do that, man. You gotta watch how you fast, man, especially when you hooked on all the meds, man. Like when you've been taking a lot of meds, man, I would not really suggest just going right into the art and science of fasting and just trying to fast for prolonged periods of time. That can kill you. That can kill you. Like literally, that can kill you. That can become dangerous. So a lot of people, man, most of the people that say I tried to go plant-based, I tried to go vegan, I tried to go vegetarian, and it didn't work, I literally just broke down the cycle. I broke down the cycle. When you feeling bad, when you eating good and you like, man, I'm eating clean, I've been eating fruits and veggies, I don't understand why I'm feeling so bad. It has nothing to do with the fruits and veggies that you are consuming. It has nothing to do with the fact that you are fasting. It has everything to do with the fact of you've been destroying your body for 20, 30 plus years, and now you expect for it to be clean overnight. Like, nah, man, your body has got to cleanse and rid itself of these toxins. And that's a process, man. It's a process. And in that process, like, you're going to feel terrible because that stuff going to hit the bloodstream, man. So we got to stop misinterpreting those signs. Janice, peace, what's happening? What's happening? So we got to stop doing that, man. We misinterpreting those signs. And we do, and a lot of people do that. So when you fasting, man, when you going 48 hours without eating, man, just know and understand that you're going to have a period where you feeling like you may about to pass out. But that don't necessarily mean that it's time to eat. It's not what your body is telling you. But then when you do eat, you will feel better. So it gets tricky. You like, man, but when I ate, I felt better. Just like if you take, what is it, the Advil or something, then the pain gonna go away. That don't necessarily make the pain pill good. We know what's happening, man. It's actually suppressing the symptoms and things of that nature. So we got to stop misinterpreting these signs, man. Got to stop doing it, man. When you cleansing yourself, man, and you feel bad, man, it's not the fruits and the veggies. It ain't the fact that you're eating like a rabbit. It ain't the fact that you're eating grass and things of that nature. That's not what's making you sick. It's all the stuff that you was eating years before you decided to cleanse yourself. That's the problem. That is the problem. That is the only problem. The fruits and veggies, man, the things nature intended for you to eat are not going to make you sick. It's not happening. You literally going through withdrawal symptoms. Like literally, that's literally what you're going through. Hey, 1228, you say not being hungry in terms of goals and fitness. Hey, that too. That too. That's a lot of people ain't hungry when it comes to the goals and fitness as well. And so let's be honest, we can transition to that because a lot of people definitely ain't hungry when it comes to that. Definitely when it comes to goals. A lot of people don't want it bad enough, man. A lot of people misinterpret that signal. A lot of people think they are fulfilled out here, man. They think, you know what I'm saying, they get content, get complacent when it comes to the goals and, you know what I'm saying, the fitness goals and whatnot. So, nah, yeah. When it comes to that particular concept, man, they ain't hungry enough. They ain't hungry enough, man. So you already know we can chop it up. We can chop it up in regards to that, for sure. For sure, man. Matter of fact, you don't even want to get me started. You don't even want to get me started on that regards, man, because we gotta stop that, man. We gotta stop that. We gotta stop that, man. Y'all gonna get me started on an entirely different vent, man, because it's a lot of people out here, man, they be complaining a lot, making a lot of excuses, man. And at the end of the day, it boils down to how bad do you want it? You want to build muscle. How bad do you want it? You finna make excuses. You finna be like, man, I be working out, but I ain't putting on no muscle. When I tell you, man, you got to eat 5 or 6 small meals a day. First thing come out your mouth. Man, that's hard. I don't like eating like that. You got to change. You got to rewire your thinking. You know what I'm saying? You got to rewire that thinking. You got to stop saying that. When I tell you, all right, you trying to lose weight, I say, hey, man, all right, look into fasting. Oh, man, I need to eat. I can't go 24 hours. You already lost. You already lost. You already lost. So a lot of people, man, are defeated. And you see how we can transition, man. I'm swift and changeable, as they call it. I can adapt, I can adjust. I can talk about any and everything on the fly. That's what I like to do. But listen, man. Hold on, underdrifter. You say, I tell my daughter all the time, not hungry, you just bored. Yeah, boredom. A lot of times boredom is what it is. A lot of people just eat for pure boredom. And like I said, it's conditioning and all that good stuff, man. All that good stuff. But let me go back to talking about, you know what I'm saying, the goals, the fitness goals in particular, man. When I come in a person and you need to lose the weight and I talk to you about fasting and you like, man, I can't do that. You defeated yourself mentally already. And a lot of times, man, it's over before it even starts. for a lot of us, man. Like, I'm guilty of that, man, because one of my major things, man, is procrastination at the end of the day. But I'm working on that, man. So, and the way you work on it, you stop with the excuse, man. When somebody tells you to do something, or when you know you got to do something, just do it. That's the best way to curb that, man. Like, man, just do it. All right, I got to lose weight. Don't even think about the process. Just start doing what you know just start doing the simple things that you already know you need to do, like exercising, eating better. Just do those things. And everything else is going to unfold according to that. It ain't going to be perfect. It ain't going to be pretty at the beginning, but just start somewhere. Start walking, start running, start eating clean. You know, I eat a lot of chips. I eat a lot of candy. Stop eating that. Just start somewhere, though. Don't make no excuse, though. Don't say, man, I don't know what to do. You do know what to do. You do know some of the basics. You know you ain't been exercising. Exercise, man. You know what to do. You know what to do. Start moving. Start moving. Motion is medicine. Movement is medicine. So start there. You know you don't need to be eating that fast food. So stop. So you know some of the basics. Just start with what you know. Start there, man. But just do something. And the first thing out of your mouth should never be an excuse. Because when it is, more than likely, you're not gonna conquer that goal, man. You're gonna be back and forth. You're gonna be wrestling with that goal for years. Dakota, appreciate that donation, my brother. But a lot of times, man, before we even get started on the process, the first thing that comes to mind is an excuse of why I can't do this. Like, man, I need to lose the weight, but I don't have the time. But these kids, but like, come on, man. You think you're the only person with your schedule? You think you're the only person with some kids? Like, you think you're the only person in your particular situation that needs to work out? It's plenty of people in your situation, and I'm talking about it may be worse. Their schedule may be more hectic, and they still finding time. Everybody got time to exercise, and that's just a fact. Everybody. I don't care if you're busy 23 hours out of the day. Listen, you got 1 hour where you can exercise. Forget you shouldn't be busy 23 hours out of the day. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, we all got time to exercise. We all got time to exercise. We can all fit that into the equation, man. And we all got time to accomplish our goals, point blank, period. Fact of the matter is, people don't want it bad enough. People don't want it bad enough, man. You don't want to accomplish it. You don't want to start that business bad enough. You don't want to you don't want to create that side hustle bad enough. Like, you don't want to pursue that passion bad enough, man. So stop making all excuses, man. Stop making all these excuses. You just don't want it bad enough. At the end of the day, look in the mirror and say, man, I ain't doing nothing because I don't want it bad enough. Yeah, righteous, man. Literally, you battling self. Oh, 12, hey, 12, listen. I'm what they consider a perfectionist, man, but you got to do it, man. You got to do it. Just do it. Don't even worry about it. Just do it. Trey, you say when you fast, and how do you come out of it, man? A lot of people recommend doing things like a little soup, a little vegetable broth, depending on how long the fast is, man. If it's like an extended fast, like 2 days, 3 days, then you want to make sure you ease into it and you ease up out of it, man. So you want to break the fast with like people say vegetable broths, like a little smoothie or something light on the stomach. And you want to ease into the fast, man. You want to have like a light day, man, bunch of fruits, bunch of veggies when you ease into the fast, man. So easing into the fast is important. And then easing up out of the fast is also important, man. You want to make sure you're eating light, just light meals that's light on the stomach, man. Like I said, a smoothie. You can juice your way out of that joint, like some soups, some like stews, like something that's like a liquid. It's the best way to do it. DJ Elmo for sure, man. And binge eating for the most part is purely mental. Purely mental. Like I said, we've associated a lot of things with hunger. And that's what kills us. Yeah, Underdrifter, man. I just was breaking that down, man. I literally just was breaking it down. So 28. See, there you go. And Ronnie, man, everybody can do it, man. Everybody got the time. Thunder, man, I'm gonna give you a story about that, man. Thunder say his thing is running, never liked it. When I was in college, man, like my last 2 years of college, I mastered the art of endurance running. I was never a fan of that. When I was in high school, I did a lot of, sprints. I ran sprints, short distance. If it was anything over 400, I ain't even like 400. If it was anything over 200, I was like, nah, I'm good. So I made it my mission to master being able to run like 3 miles, man, just every other day, like at least 4 days out of the week, man. So I mastered endurance running. Took me some time, man, because I hated running. And a lot of times I would psych myself out. I'll be like, man, I got to run. How many miles around? I got to run 12 laps around this track. Nah, that's too much, man. And that was before I even ran one. You know what I'm saying? So I was defeating myself mentally. When I just used to go to the track, and then like what I did was I just get to that, I get on that track and I just immediately start running to the point where I became like, I literally mastered distance running, man. A lot of people went running with me and I was like outrunning them, and I never was able to do that. Like I never was one to run long distances, man. And a lot of people couldn't keep up with me when I mastered the art of distance running, man, the science and art of distance running. I was able to run like 3 miles with ease. Because y'all know, man, I had like asthma, I had a bunch of respiratory issues back in the day. So, man, running that distance never was my thing because I didn't really know how to properly breathe while running. So I mastered that. And when I mastered the art of breathing and how to breathe while running, man, I was good. I was good, man. But that, like, I literally set out to master endurance running, and I did. I did, man. I stopped making excuses. I stopped psyching myself out, and I just started running. Like, man, I know it ain't gonna be perfect, man. I might feel like I'm gonna pass out the first few times, man, but I'm gonna do it. So I just went out there, man. I just go to the track. I just go to the track and just start running, start getting it in. Won't even think twice about it. Just run as soon as I get there, man, because the longer I wait, the more I procrastinate, the more I psych myself out. And I ain't like that. So I just got to the money. Yeah, hey, that jump rope is crucial. Hey, DJ Elmo, yeah, that peppermint tea, that papaya, man. Papaya is like a superfood, man. Yeah, 1228. And I recommend, like, for the most part, man, when y'all be out here, like, all that walking is cool to get started, but you always want to work your way up to like a jog, man. Always get out of your comfort zone, man. A lot of people get comfortable with just walking because walking is comfortable. Like, I can walk and just look at my phone. That's what a lot of people do. You go to the track, even at the gym, you see people on a treadmill, they just staring at their phone, going at the slowest pace known to man. Like, man, work your way up to that jog, man. You got to get uncomfortable. That walking, yeah, you're going to probably drop 10 pounds, then you're going to hit a wall, man, because you continuing to walk at the same pace. Increase the intensity. Beats by Bless, man. Peace. What's happening? What's happening? Trey, I mean, you say is meal prep a good diet? I mean, meal prep is something good to do. If you striving to like lose weight and things of that nature. I don't necessarily meal prep, man. I just make sure I eat the correct foods to the best of my abilities. But I'm on like a different mission than most folks. But meal prepping, a lot of people need meal prepping, man, because it's that discipline. A lot of people, man, when they have everything laid out in front of them for the week, they make better decisions. They do better. But, you know, and in the same token, when they don't have everything mapped out for the week, then that's when they tend to eat the wrong foods and get off track. So meal prepping has saved a lot of people, man. A lot of people swear by meal prep. A lot of people need meal prep. If you feel like you're one of those people, man, that lack the discipline to eat what you need to eat on a day-to-day basis, then I will recommend doing the meal prep. The meal prep will also save time and whatnot, man. Like, it feels like, man, I'm doing all this preparation on like a Sunday, but then now you killing the preparation Monday through Friday or Monday through Saturday. Yeah, 1228. Man, I tell people all the time, man, get out of your comfort zone. Like I say, walking is good for starters, man. But when you've been walking for 2-3 weeks, man, you can jog. Work your way up to that jog. Get to jogging. Telling you that's gonna change the game when you start jogging. When you transition from walking to jogging. Like, stop all that walking. Stop being comfortable. When it comes to working out, when it comes to fitting, you cannot be comfortable all the time, man. You have got to do things that's making you uncomfortable. Lift a heavier weight. Do an exercise you've never done before. Run instead of walk. Like, that's what you got to do. Do higher reps if you're used to doing lower reps. Like, step out of your comfort zone, man. That is important. Very important. That is very important. But the main thing, man, the main way people are in that comfort zone, man, is with the walking, man. A lot of people just go and they walk and they wonder why, like, they didn't stop losing the weight. Well, there you go. There's the answer to your question. That's the answer to your questions. Like, man, I'm walking and that's all I'm doing. So we gotta stop playing, man. We gotta stop playing when it comes to these goals. whether it's a fitness goal, whether it's a financial goal, whether it's a business goal, whatever the case may be, man, we gotta stop playing with those goals too, man. So I'm glad 12 brought that up, man, because that's also important too. You know, the literal meaning of hunger, like, yeah, that's important. But then this is more so like the mental part of hunger, man, like the mental joint. Hey, Magic, man. Hey, you do that one. When you get one in, man, you keep mashing that one, it turns to two. Then that two gonna turn to three. Then that three gonna turn to four. And then there you go. There you go. See, there y'all go, man. But a lot of people won't even attempt to do something that's challenging. They won't even attempt to do like a regular push-up. Get out of your comfort zone. And this is for my sisters out here, man. If you've been doing the modified push-up for the longest, man, it's time to work your way up to a regular push-up. And Ronnie, there you go. And I would recommend that for sure. I recommend that. I definitely recommend that, man. I didn't dabble with a lot of sports, man, like golf and stuff like this. Stuff be complicated out here, man. But I didn't dabble with a lot of different recreational activities, man, recreational sports. Akuma, man, that's how I go. That's how I work. When you ain't focused on it, that's when it drop. That's when you lose it. That's when you shed the weight. Like, man, I wasn't even trying to shed it, and it shed it, man. Like that's why I tell people, man, just focus on the process, man. Just do what you know you need to do. And when you least expect it, man, you're gonna be at your desired weight. Yeah, Ronnie, man, I was trying to play some golf out here, man. It didn't last too long though, man. I ain't meant to be Tiger Woods, man. That ain't last long, but I tried it though. Reggie, you say how do you go about losing arm and leg fat to increase definition and become more lean in those areas or convert the fat to muscle? All right, so you basically now you dealing with bodybuilding type of techniques, man. So what I recommend, man, if you really want to focus on a certain area, let's just say the arms and the leg, then you want to do like higher reps in those areas, man. If you're trying to lean out in a certain area, the best way to do it is when you at the gym and you targeting that body part. So when it's leg day, you want to increase the reps. You know what I'm saying? You want to go 15, 20 reps for a set. So you want to do lighter reps. Or not lighter reps, but more reps. Lighter weight type deal. So you want to do something like that, man, because that leans you out. So if you're really trying to specifically target a muscle, when you work that actual muscle, you want to make sure that's when the reps are important. That's when the reps become important, man, because like 6 to 12, that's hypertrophy, man. So that's when you start building that mass. That's the perfect rep range for that, man. So when you go to 15 to 20, that's the rep range that will kind of lean you out a little bit, man. The higher reps type deal. Higher reps, lighter weight. That's when it starts to lean you out. So when you work in those body parts, man, you want to increase the reps. You want to increase the reps, man. You want to just make sure you're eating how you need to eat, and then everything is going to unfold accordingly. Like, everything is going to unfold accordingly, man. So anytime you're doing a movement that involves the arms, anytime you're doing a movement that involves the legs, man, just rep it out. Space, there we go. Space Raider, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. That's right there. Since I went vegan, it feels so much better. My energy levels have gone sky high. I eat mostly organic food. See, that's the side effect of going vegan when you do it correctly. That's the only side effect. You're going to feel good. So I'll take that side effect. Let's go. Jay Lemire, 22, you say, I need to lose 200 pounds. Would fast to be dangerous for me? I want to go vegan. I'm 44. All right. So you say you want to lose 200. Fasting wouldn't necessarily be dangerous for you. I done had people of that caliber do that. Like I said, 24. I had one lady, she did 5-2. So she ate for 2 days and she fasted for 2 days. And she kept repeating that. And she was dropping the weight like that. So I recommend that, honestly, man, going 5 days where you eating. And I would say eat a vegan-based type of diet or regimen, or follow a vegan-based type of regimen. And then go 2 days where you going 24 hours with just water. And I'm telling you right now, weight gonna drop. The weight gonna drop. That 5-2 is crucial, man. That 5 days where you eating, and then the 2 days where you fasting with nothing but water, I'm telling you, that's gonna help you hit that goal. And then on the days where you fasting, like that's when you want to do you some cardio, man. Like I would recommend starting off with the walking and things of that nature. Start off with the walking, man. Walk in that fasted state, man. So on your 2 days where you fasting, you getting your cardio in. And then on the days where you consuming food, like I said, make sure it's vegan based, man, plant based. And you're gonna see the weight, you're gonna see that weight come off rather quickly. Not quickly to the point where it's unhealthy, but you're gonna see that weight drop off how it's supposed to drop off. A Mazer, that's and again, not really hunger pains that you fight. Like I mentioned it earlier, man. It's programming. You condition to associate certain things with hunger. So you're not really even battling hunger pains. It's not what it is. You know what I'm saying? Just hey, drink your water. Drink that water. Anytime you feel that hunger pain rising up, drink the water. It's the best way to curb it. It's the best way to curb it, man. Just drink the water because that's literally what your body is needing and requesting. But because you are literally not hungry, not at all. Like you are not hungry, not one bit. Like if your heart racing, then that ain't necessarily hunger. What is happening is whatever you ate hours before, like that's being utilized to fuel your body and it to hit your bloodstream, and that's what's causing your heart to race. Not the fact that not that you think that you're hungry. Like that's really not what it is. Whatever it is that you ate, the last thing that you ate is what's causing your heart to race because it to hit the bloodstream more than likely. But yeah, anytime you feel that hunger pain sensation, drink you some water, man. It's the best thing to do. Drink the water because you're not hungry. Not at all. Hey, Jay Lemire, let's get it, man. Let's get it. Trey, you say is and then and what on Mazer, you say hunger pains. Like I said, true hunger, see a lot, it don't start in the stomach. That's not where true hunger starts. Like you're not gonna get the signal. It's in the mouth and the throat. When you start feeling things in the mouth and the throat, then that's when you are actually hungry. Brandon, peace. What's happening? What's happening? That's when you actually hungry, man. A lot of times we think our stomach is growling and we think that's where we need. That's why, oh, I need to eat. My stomach is growling. No, it's not hunger. That's not hunger at all. And Trey, you say, is full body workout every week a positive or negative? I asked that because I don't want to mistakenly overtrain. When you first get into the game, full body routine 3 days out of the week with like 2 cardio days, totaling 5 days where you working out, 2 days where you resting is sufficient, man. That'll work. So I say follow a full body regimen, meaning you got to exercise for each body part 3 days out of the week. And then 2 days in between those days, those 3 days, then you doing some cardio. Like that's the beginner's routine that I would recommend following. Space Raider for sure. Like I just I mentioned that earlier in the stream. So yeah, you tapped in a little late. That's why I had talked about that for sure though. For sure, actual facts. Actual facts. So yeah, man, we got to know and understand what's really happening when we think we hungry, man. Because like I said, we really actually not hungry. So stop telling yourself you're hungry when you just ate something 3 hours ago. It's impossible. Literally impossible. Kuma, man, is the fountain of youth. It's the fountain of youth for sure. 1228 the great. You say for advanced full body workouts. Well, once you've been doing the full body routine for like 4 to 6 weeks, then that's when I would suggest breaking it up into like push-pull days. So like right now, man, and then it's a whole breakdown, man. So I say I work out 4 days out of the week. So how this works is one day, like I do a hip dominant movement each day. Well, not each day, but I do a hip dominant or knee dominant movement each exercise, each workout. And a hip dominant movement, like let's just say like thrust or something like that, man. That's a hip dominant movement, a movement that the hips dominate the movement. A knee dominant movement, like lunges, squats, and all that type of stuff, man. So you're gonna go back and forth between those movements each workout. So meaning you would do 2 for the week. You'll do 2 hip dominant movements for the week, 2 knee dominant movements for the week. And then after that, that's when you get into the push pull. So I do like an explosive movement to work on my power, like power cleans, hang cleans, snatches, and stuff like that. Then I do my like knee dominant or hip dominant movement, and then I'll do my push movements. Say if it's push day, so y'all know what it is. Like push day, that involves like the chest, shoulders, triceps, things of that nature, like bench press, incline press, shoulder press, military press, those moves, man. Tricep pull downs, those type of movements are push days. Pull days, that involves like the back, biceps, things like that, man, like rows, lat pull downs, pull ups, chin ups, all that good stuff, like curls. Those are your pull days, man. So I would say follow a program like that, man. That's been like the most effective in regards to programming, man, that I've seen. And for militant, running can get crazy on the knees and the feet for the most part. I be doing the air bike now. 12 for sure. Yeah, it definitely can for calisthenics. You have to get creative with some of the movements, man. You have to start doing things like pike push-ups, handstand push-ups, and things like that, man. You have to get creative with the movements, like incline push-ups and stuff like that. Yeah, so you have to get creative with some of the movements, man. But it's still doable. So Renzo, peace. What's happening? What's happening? But y'all, man, y'all know what time it is for me, man. I gotta make my moves, man. I gotta get up to this gym, get this gym situated. Got these classes, got these sessions, man. Y'all know how I do it in the evening, man. I just want to tap in with y'all for a brief moment, get some things off my chest, build a little bit. Yeah, Ronnie, for sure, man. I'm gonna start posting more. I'll be procrastinating. I've been telling y'all I'm gonna be posting more in regards to the workouts for a minute, but I definitely can show people how to progress on those joints. I definitely can show you how to do that. Definitely can do something in regards to showing a proper progression for like the handstand push-ups. Them was real in the field. But with that being said, man, I gotta tap out, man. I gotta head to this gym, man. I gotta get my drive on, gotta get up to this gym and get the gym ready, get these sessions ready and whatnot. So I'm gonna tap out with y'all, man. I'm gonna probably take the next 2 days off, man. So y'all probably won't see me again until what we looking at, man. It's Tuesday, when it's probably about Friday, man. That's when I'm gonna tap back in with y'all, man. I gotta take 2 days off, gotta get the mental right, gotta work on some things, man. So I'm gonna give y'all 2 days to catch up with the old videos and whatnot. So I'll tap in again with y'all on Friday, man. Y'all be easy. Y'all enjoy the rest of this Tuesday. Y'all enjoy your Wednesday and Thursday, man. And we gonna build on Friday. Be easy, y'all. Peace.